Hi everybody, welcome to the Scale Speeder Gaming Control Center, where all the action happens. And in this video I'm going to be answering the question, can you use an old HDMI TV as a second monitor? Well, obviously the answer is yes, but I'm also going to give you some hints and tips to make it work properly, because you do sometimes have to do a little bit of fiddling with TVs when compared to actually proper monitors. So the problem, although I don't really like calling it a problem, is the fact that, you know, I have my new gaming PC over there, and then we've got the Xbox One Series S over there that I play on, and there's a PlayStation 4. But when I'm obviously playing, I'm playing on this really big monitor, and I can't see things like chat when I'm streaming, which is a bit of a pain. So I could flick backwards and forwards, or I could have my phone opened up, I guess. So the question was, you know, I had an old TV lying around, HDMI one. If I plugged it in to my Nvidia graphics card, because you'd probably find the graphics card has lots of outputs, would it work? And the answer is it does work very, very well indeed. Because what you can see here is, that's the chat for my Twitch, and that's the chat for my YouTube. And in fact, the other thing sometimes I do is, if I'm playing DayZ, I'll put the I Survive map behind it as well. And it's perfect. The resolution is good enough to read chat. Now, it's not brilliant, because it is just an old television, but it's definitely good enough to read chat while I'm playing here. And I can just be playing here, look across, read and respond to the chat on both platforms. Yeah, and it's really cool. So let me show you some of the hints and tips. So let's come out of here. Now, the first problem you'll probably have is that your desktop won't fit the TV properly. You'll probably find it will like push out a bit, be like zoomed in a little bit, and you'll miss things like the icons and the edges of the screen, and that can be a bit of an issue when you're trying to use it. If you have a Nvidia graphics card, just in the search box, you know, down there on the computer, down there, do a search for Nvidia Control panel, and then you go into the adjust desktop size and position, select the TV, and you can actually change the scaling of the zoom of the TV, and that will mean that it will zoom in a little bit or zoom out a bit, depending on which way you're thinking about it, and it will fit it all on like it should. And that has worked for me very, very well indeed. And then the other thing you want to look at is, if you go into your settings, so if you go into, you know, normal settings there, then go into the system settings, and go into display. What you'll want to do, I say, extend these displays. So that way, when I move my, so you can probably see my mouse, and I move it across. There's my mouse there. There's my mouse there. And that means you can just drag windows from this monitor to the TV, and that works very, very well indeed. And then also make sure that you've got the position right. So you've got, you know, that's my big monitor, which is there, which is number 1, and number 2 is that one, but you can drag them around to put them in the other position if you had your TV, for example, on that side. And then finally, in your particular streaming platforms, so for example with Twitch, you'll see when you go into your Twitch screen where your stream would appear, down here there's normally like a settings, I think it is. So you click in there and you just select the pop out chat option, and you drag the pop out chat over to the other monitor. And in YouTube, when you're setting up your stream in the live studio, again there's an option for pop out chat, and so you take that, you know, and you put it over there. Oh, and I get one other thing as well, is watch out for sound as well, because any sound that is produced on your computer will start to come out of the TV often as well. So turn the volume down on the TV or mute the sound, depending on what sources you've got. So there we go. I've been very happy with using this old HDMI TV. Nice and small, but it's more than big enough, as I say, to be able to read chat in YouTube and Twitch while I'm streaming, so that I can respond to people and not ignore them. But I could use it for other stuff as well. I guess if I was video editing, I could do stuff like that. Now, actually, I keep saying one final thing. There is one more final thing I'd do, actually. One of the problems you sometimes get when you're running 2 monitors that are different aspect ratios and different, well, not different aspect ratios, different resolutions, different sizes, is that sometimes when you're running things like GeForce Experience to record gameplay on your main computer, sometimes it can get a bit confused, and OBS as well can get a bit confused when it has two displays and it's not quite sure to do. So I would suggest personally, what I do is when I'm not using this feature, where I'm looking at chat during a stream, I pull the HDMI lead out of this TV so the system doesn't know it's there and none of the programs get confused at all. Right, so there we go. So hopefully that video has been useful. Apologies for the fact that I've had to record it on my mobile phone, but this is the best way, well, it's about the only way that I can record this sort of video. If you found the video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.